Good afternoon, Keith Tebow from FRCMedia. Thank you for joining us today. Blessed Trinity Church in the south end of Fall River has been really instrumental in a number of initiatives to help out in our community. We spoke with them back in November around Thanksgiving about their soup kitchen that they were providing meals for Thanksgiving for those in need. They're involved in a number of initiatives coming up over the next few weeks, and I'm pleased to be joined by the pastor of Blessed Trinity Church, Father Rob Nemkovich. Father Rob, how are you today?
I'm doing very well, Keith, and yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me. I want to get into a couple of initiatives that are going to be housed at the church over the next few weeks. One which I talked about with Police Chief Jeffrey Cardoza the other day is the Guns for Groceries program, where the church is hosting an event where people can bring in their unused firearms and get a gift store certificates to use in exchange to getting those guns off the street. And this has been something, Father Rob, that's been going on for quite some time, led by former longtime local Reverend Robert Lawrence. Many of us known Reverend Lawrence for many, many years, done some great work throughout the city, passed away less than 2 years ago. Talk a little bit about how this program has evolved since Reverend Lawrence started it, I believe, in the mid-90s, correct?
Yes, yeah, he started it. Reverend Lawrence started it back in 1995. It was the year after one of our Fall River police officers, Thomas Junta, was killed in the line of duty. And to try to make a difference in the city, he started this program back in 1995, and it's been going on ever since. This is the 26th year now since he began it. And when he retired from his parish or his church, we opened up our doors to him, and he hosted a few of those events here. He and I worked together on that with our Fall River Police Department, and after his passing, we're continuing that on here at Blessed Trinity, and it's going to be on Saturday, January 30th, from 9 a.m. till 1 in the afternoon. And again, it's for unwanted, unused guns, trying to make the city a safer place to keep guns out of the hands of criminals, and also to prevent accidental shootings when it comes to children. Every time we've had this, we've always had a widow where someone has passed and they don't know what to do with the weapons, the firearms, and it's a safe way for them to turn them in and get some groceries for that.
Now, how successful has the program been in the past, at least as far as, when Blessed Trinity has been hosting? Has there been a good turnout? I know in speaking with the chief, he's received some private donations that have been allowed to, to purchase these gift cards for local supermarkets. But how has the response been in the past?
It's been very good. Well over 3,000 guns have been collected so far in the program since Reverend Lawrence began it back in 1995. The last time we hosted it here at Blessed Trinity, a little over a year ago, it was in November of 2019, and we got right around 100 guns that were turned in that day for gift cards.
And I know there may be some people who may be a little reluctant to come forward in something like this, in the event that there may be some repercussions in terms of what the guns will tell potential police officials. If people are concerned, should they not be? Should it just be, as you said, the goal of getting these guns off the street and making ourselves safer?
Right. I mean, the police, as they've done in the past, it'll be the same way this time as well. They're not checking any IDs, and there's really no questions asked. You bring the gun. They'll meet you at the door, check it to make sure it's not loaded, and bring it in and give gift certificates for that. Also, for BB guns and things of that sort, we'll be giving out a Domino's gift certificate for a pizza for any of those items that are turned in as well. So it's a program, like we've talked about, that's been going on for over a quarter century, and something to try to make a difference in our city and make it a little safer.
I want to talk about a couple of other events at the church. When we spoke back in November, we talked about how the church has been involved in a number of endeavors to, help those in need in Fall River. And obviously with the pandemic, 2020 into 2021 has been definitely a year of need. What are some of the other events that have been happening at the church in terms of, helping those homeless and helping those in need get the support that they do need to survive and thrive here in Fall River.
I mean, one of the things we try to do is always different ways we can help, especially those in need. And during January, right after Christmas, we started a couple of drives, a sanitizer drive and a sock drive to help specifically our city's homeless population. And we collected over 500 containers of hand sanitizer. And that was in conjunction with Bristol Superior Court Probation and our Fall River Police Department. And those are being distributed to Hearts of Hope, a First Step In, Solomon's Porch, to help to help the homeless, to give them some sanitizer. And also our sock drive is wrapping up this weekend. We for years now have supported our state representative Alan Sylvia, where he does a sock drive every year in January to again help the homeless across our city. So those are a couple of things. We're over 400 pair of socks, so that's another successful drive for that. And also another thing we try to keep things going one after another is we're putting our faith into action, our discipleship. And for the NFL playoffs, whenever the NFL playoffs start, we know they end with a Super Bowl. Well, here in the parish, we have a Super Bowl, which is soup, S-O-U-P, a Super Bowl. We have a drive, we call it Super Bowl of Caring, where we collect cans of soup throughout the playoffs and other non-perishable food items. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, we wrap up that drive and we donate that to the Citizens for Citizens Food Pantry to, again, try to help out, try to make a difference especially for those in need across our city.
Now, in terms of that last Super Bowl drive, in terms of the donation of cans of soup, where can people find out more about dropping it off? They can drop it off right at the church. Are there specific times that
they can drop it off at the back door of the church? If you go around the back of Blessed Trinity, there's an alcove there under the rear entrance, and they can just leave that there. People are around throughout the day, so we've had folks that have dropped different items off, and they're more than welcome to do that if they'd like to support that cause. We've been doing it for several years now. The kids get a big charge out of it. We usually have some Super Bowl cupcakes for them that day, so they enjoy the cupcakes before they go to Sunday school. But also, it's just great to get them involved in showing them how it's so important to help others.
And as a sports fan, in recent years, we've been blessed by having our own New England Patriots in the Super Bowl many times. Not going to happen this year, but it's still good to get that.
Our quarterback's still going to be there. I mean, it's still
right.
hard to see Tom Brady in a Buccaneers uniform, but he was in so many for us. So wish him well as we go. And but yeah, it'll be a little different without our Patriots. But
yeah,
still, at the end of the day, I mean, the drive helps those who need it. So that's
right.
That's the most important thing, is that we're doing that to help them.
Yeah, let me ask you, Father Rob, as we head toward about the middle of winter, has there been a little more of a need? I mean, as we mentioned, 2020 has been a bad year with the pandemic and the economic impacts of that, and the need increased. But you also had some warm weather in the summer, so you may not have seen much of a problem as much as with homeless and the like. Is there an increased need this winter, especially during the winter months, in combination with the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we saw that even with the Christmas toy drive we did. There was a bigger need that we were able to meet this year, as people were so generous, because families that are struggling, single parent families struggling, and a lot of times one of them are laid off and things because of the pandemic. So it's been a challenge. So there's always been a need, but the past year plus the need's been greater.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, Father Rob Nemkovich from the Blessed Trinity Church, I appreciate your time again. The next event is the Guns for Groceries event coming up on January 30th, which is a week from this Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the church. Thank you for your time, as always, and we'll hope to catch up with you again soon. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Keith. All the best.